Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to Elevated Astrology. I am your host, Madam President of the 𝚑𝚊𝚗𝚎, Natalie, spelled Natalee. This is a very special astrology report. It's unlike any other astrology delineation you'll find elsewhere on the internet or in the world. We come from a positive perception polarity of reality. We are a club of individualists, decentralized all over the world. The 𝚑𝚊𝚗, there's a whole separate weekly breakdown for that club, for those people over on the Patreon, patreon.com/theartigan. What you guys are getting here on the YouTube, Elevated Astrology, is for the individualists and people that are into tarot and astrology and maybe dabbling with things like timeline jumping or manifestation or energy work or astral projection. So basically, when you're ready to do energy work, interacting with the quantum field and manifesting timeline jumping, astral projection, lucid dreaming, telekinesis, remote viewing, you're ready for the Patreon. It's $11.11 a month. And right now we have 4 Zoom meditation sessions per week, 30 minutes a piece. And we'll be adding more. See anything else I want? Oh, when you start, if you tweak out and you're looking for guidance or community or something, and you start on the Patreon, the pinned post, the beginning of phenomena, is what I always say to start with. But for this lunation, if you're watching this like end of July, beginning of August 2025, then you want to start with the 𝚑𝚘𝚗 kit for the new moon in Leo. Watch that video first, new moon in Leo, all signs, and then dig into the 𝚑𝚘𝚗 kit and then do the onboarding and then message me. This week is going to be okay. So now I'm locked back in with you guys here on YouTube. So this week is going to be kind of amazing for some people. It's almost like a hate-love thing this week. Some people are going to love this week, some people are going to hate this week, and some people it's going to be both, where it's going to be like a hate-love thing. Okay. And how you're coming into the week, like Sunday to Monday, is going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal. So if you're watching this like Monday, the 28th of July, there's still time for you to get yourself into alignment. You don't want to get caught out of alignment, kind of like ever, but you're on a Mercury retrograde. So like even more so right now. Why is alignment important? Because then it doesn't matter what the astrology says. It doesn't matter what's happening in the sky or anything. You're going to be in alignment. Let me give you an example. So I just got out of the shower. And I woke up late today on Sunday. I was like jumping into my telekinesis church on Sunday, and it's so embarrassing. I'm always like 10 minutes early. I was like 4 minutes late. So anyway, so I'm gonna ram through your week this week. So it's good because you're only gonna get like the very like concentrate. You're gonna get the concentrate. So as you're coming into this week, it doesn't matter what the astrology says if you're in alignment. And the example I'm going to give you is last week. So last week we had the Venus-Mars square leading into the new moon. So because there's 2 things where there's nothing in my life, and this is true for the club, the 𝚑𝚘𝚗 on Patreon. There's no drama in my life, and there's no conflict in my life. So me looking at the sky, like, okay, Mars and Venus are going to square. That's happening in the sky. It's not there's nothing to happen with me, so it's not going to affect me that well. Ozzy Osbourne goes and dies on my period on menstruation week, and that was like that was that I felt that, so you still feel things, but it doesn't derail your life when you are in alignment. It made me very sad. I got very nostalgic. I was thinking about the past. I was thinking about being a teenager. I was thinking about everything I learned from Ozzy. I was thinking about it just opened up so much, deeper feeling. It did not derail my life. I did not, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't, but you still feel it. You still, so for, when I like do these reports and I talk about like relationships, if that doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. Oh, what's that couple? There's a couple, they never fight or they never have had an argument or something. I can see them in my mind's eye. It's the actor and I think like the lawyer. Anyway, so if you're fine, it's like the family dog dies. ouch. You know what I'm saying? So there's never anything to be afraid of or like, you know what I'm saying? Don't use astrology as just like one more thing to like tweak out about or tweak out through. When you're in alignment's important because when you're in alignment, you don't get derailed by any of the astrology. It doesn't matter what the transit is, you're fine. You're still on your path. You're still on your course. So so the way we align over on the Patreon is truth, love, and integrity. It's very, very simple. So you're on a new moon in Leo, and whenever there's a new moon every single month, it's a cazimi for the sun and the moon, and they come into alignment, and it starts a whole new cycle in the lunar month ahead of bringing that area of your life into alignment through aligned action. If you are acting, taking action, you are grounding that energy that's out of alignment. That's how you're fucking shit up. That's how people are messing things up. Excuse my French. So if you want, if you like more of that, of me talking like that, that's over on the Patreon. So this week, you're coming into this week, it's very important to have how would I put this? It's how you're coming into the week is very important. So if you're so let's align you. Let's bring you back in, my individualists here on YouTube. Because this week, like I said, if it's going to be like a hate love week or more on the hating this week, more some people are going to love this week, some people it's going to be a little bit of both, and it really depends on if you are in alignment. If you are thinking, feeling, believing, acting, behaving, everything from a place of truth, love, integrity, or whatever your vibe is, whatever guides your life. For me and for us over on in our club, it's truth, it's love, it's integrity. It's a 3-word manifesto. It's very, very simple. So let's go ahead and break up. But by the time you end the week, by the time you get to the very end of the week, by next Sunday, it's going to be exciting. So whatever you got to get through this week, there's a lot to look forward to, like after this week. This is just one of those weeks where you're lining it up and there's still a few things to take care of before you can move forward. This week is about more so dealing with adjustments that have come up very recently. Like, oh my God, I didn't even notice this was like this. Very, very recently, I'm telling you, waking up like so late and then just like barreling into telekinesis church this morning, just like I feel like I'm way behind on everything. So if I'm a little discombobulated, it's just Mercury retrograde. I'm not even wearing any makeup. I just put a little lip on, like that's it. So anyway, so by the time you end this week, you will have already taken care of those adjustments. So this week is more of like there's some last minute adjustments that came up that we didn't expect to have to change, or we weren't counting on having to make those adjustments, but here we are having to make these adjustments, and we got to take care of that before we dig into like the meat of the thing or the real thing that you're trying to take care of and get into. Okay. Now let's take a look at this day by day. Monday, the 28th of July, I'm calling it another step to the end. And here's the thing, you guys want to you want to design your own little retrograde nook. And this is a nook I highly recommend, like a little fort or a clubhouse or a spot in your dwelling or wherever you are, where you go during retrograde sessions or whenever you want or whenever you need to really take a long time to think through things, to cogitate, to work things out like mentally. But when you are in this spot physically, that you allow yourself the time to really think and sort through and untangle and cogitate and really, really, really think about things. And like, but to go through it, really go through it. You may need that. Some people may need that on Monday. Like I said, I'm calling it another step to the end. 9:43 Venus in Gemini sextiles Chiron in Aries. There's a change coming that's going to be very healing, but it's almost like at this point on Monday, it's almost like accepting or thinking about or talking it through what those changes are or what it's going to take to bring the healing. Now, I have been watching the Chiron stuff for like a couple of years because I don't give a lot of like info. not information. I don't give a lot of weight to asteroids, but I've been watching the Chiron stuff the past couple years, and it's a thing. It's a real thing. And Chiron station's retrograde this week. It's going to be a thing. So that's why I'm saying this week for some of you is taking care of adjustments that you need to make that maybe you didn't count on making, but are necessary to stop a wound or to stop something hurting, to stop fighting, to stop an incongruence, to stop an interruption, to stop a disruption, or to stop feelings getting hurt over and over again. And Monday could speak to that, where we're needing like a deeper release. Monday could be like just a deeper release. Again, like thinking it through, cogitating, but it's like the last time something's going to hurt. Like the changes that we're making, these are the last time. It's like the last time you're going to give some bad news. It's the last time this week that you're going to have to report the bad news. It's the last. For some of you, it's going to be very dramatic. Like for some of you, it's like you will never talk to me this way again, or you will never, I'm never coming here, I'm never visiting this place again, or I'm never going to do this with you again, or I'm never, you know what I'm saying? Like for some people, it's going to be like very like literal like that, but it may be on different levels for different people. And things might pop off at different days during the week because everyone's got like a different chart, but it really does look like Thursday kind of being the big day for everybody. Okay, but Monday, again, there's like a deeper release of a worry, of a criticism, the last pinch. You may feel like you're done inside, like you've hit like an internal limit, and you're like, this is the last time. The change is a coming. The change is a coming, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm feeling good about it. So some people are going to be frustrated on Monday because if they did not adequately prepare from January 2025 to the end of the first week of June 2025. If they were not ready by the end of the first week of June 2025, thank you, 𝚑𝚊𝚗𝚕𝚎, then they're never going to be ready. They were mispreparing. They were counting on a manipulation working. They were counting on, I don't know, but there's going to be some, remember, our side of the spiritual split and then the other side of the spiritual split. So some people Monday are going to be very frustrated. Other people are going to be adapting, accepting that this is what it's going to take for the healing to happen. By the end of Monday, you're going to be able to take a very detached view of relationships and to see clearly and to see fairly. So allow yourself to detach emotionally by the end of Monday for that view. I didn't even have time to do my nails. Like I'm off. Okay. Tuesday, the 29th, I'm calling it burning off the dross. So since Mercury is about to cazimi with the sun and start a whole new 3 to 4 month cycle, this is burning more of the mentality or the thinking, a track, a path is just burning away. Tuesday, burning off the dross. Moon's in Libra all day, and Venus is about to change signs. And then the moon's going to enter Scorpio, and then Mars, like pretty soon, like days away, is going to change signs. So this really is like in order to build up new moon cycle, it's a lot of burning off the dross, burning off like the outer crust. It's like you're exfoliating this week. You're exfoliating a whole layer of dead skin that, like, why would you want to save that? Why would you want to keep the dead skin there? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so Tuesday, you're burning off the dross. You're exfoliating the dead skin out of your pores, out of your life. The moon in Libra sextiles Mercury retrograde in Leo. This is like addressing something related to the changes, probably in relationships. There's probably relationship adjustments, probably have to tend to some relationship issues on Tuesday. Maybe that's like understanding, maybe there's a calibration. For some of you, you're going to be really excited. Some of you are super excited but what I like about Tuesday is that the moon's in Libra because it's emotionally detached and you'll be able to see clearly, you'll be able to make the right judgments. And this is a day of judgments on Tuesday. You do want to how do I put it? Like you do want to judge. Like Libra is the sign of judging. Now, what I'll say about that is like if I'm in a conversation, like at a group or like at a table, and people are saying all kinds of things, and I just don't have any reaction. Nothing makes me mad or sad or happy or this or that. I'm very neutral. I let people think what they want to think. I let people say what they want to say. But other people may assume, make an assumption that I agree with them or make an assumption that I disagree with them or whatever. And if I'm pressed, if I'm pushed, all I'll say is I'm still taking in information for my priors before I form my opinion. And that is the most non-committal thing you could possibly say. And I got this from science. So in science, before you form an opinion, you have a prior, and that's what you think about something. But it's not formed an opinion yet because you're still taking in data. You're still collecting data. You're still getting information. You're still open to getting information that's going to help you form your opinion. And I really protect myself when I say that because the prior is so flexible. The opinion is so flexible. So the prior is even more flexible than the opinion because I can still change my opinion based on new information. But when I make a judgment on something, that means I'm done taking in information. I'm done reviewing the data. I'm done listening to anything else. I've made up my mind and it's case closed. This is why I put so much distance between myself and judgments until I am absolutely sure. Then I make the judgment. But until I make the judgment, it's an opinion. And if I'm really wanting that flexibility or that room, I say the thing about the priors. I'll say, you know what, my current prior is XYZ, but I'm still taking in information before I form my opinion. And then people know, like, oh, okay, she's still thinking about it. And it's very diplomatic. You want to see, this is the thing. Last week on the Venus-Mars square, we were still on a Capricorn full moon. So the whole month of July, people needed to be mature and professional. But that Venus-Mars square made people really in their, you guys heard it the last week. Anyway, so Tuesday, burning off the dross, let yourself take in information, connect with the other side of the story, get the other side of the story. You're making some judgment. You're calibrating in the relationships. You're judging what's fair. Is this an equal give and take? You're judging, you know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to. So I'm just confirming that for you, giving you some support that Tuesday, if you are looking at your relationships under a microscope or that give and take, that equality, that's the point. That's the point. So let that happen. Wednesday, the 30th of July, I'm calling it lining it up. And this whole week is really about lining it up, but it's like we still have to take care of some things. So Wednesday the 30th, I'm calling it lining it up. And that is because we've got just a couple of things. We have Chiron stationing retrograde, this little asteroid that is a thing at 8:30 Pacific time. We got Venus moving into Cancer at the 9 p.m. Pacific time. And we've got the moon quincunxing the North Node. So really Wednesday, guys, it's the last time it's going to hurt like this for some of you. You've had to make some last minute adjustments, but you're still on course. And that's the thing with Mercury retrograde. The path may change, but the destination is assured. You have to believe in your own happiness. You have to believe in your own happy ending. You really do. Don't try to over control the path to get there. Trust that you taking aligned, inspired action from a place of truth, love, and integrity. And let yourself ask yourself about other people's motives, other people's agendas, other people's goals. ask yourself, especially Tuesday, but also Wednesday, do you really believe that other people are acting from a place of truth, love, integrity, or even just from like a good place, from the right place? Wednesday could be like almost like an acceptance. Like, wow, this is different. It's different, but it does feel better. It feels more real. It feels more aligned. And then that Chiron's, so okay, a little bit about Chiron. So Chiron, they call the wounded healer. It's an asteroid. And it's basically someone that's got this wound that they're never going to be healed. All they can do is heal that same wound in others. That's like the idea of it. So the way it looks is like you feel cringe. You feel like, for me, this Chiron's in my 10th house. It's the most public spot. So if you're a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, you either are appearing publicly. It's better for me because I do like, healing and it's like the energy work and stuff, but there could be moments of cringe, or there could be just in the spotlight and feeling kind of like, so I'm kind of wondering, is this the last time I'm gonna like say something cringe on the internet or what? Like, is this gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Or is it gonna be like healing? Maybe I'll deliver some kind of healing, I don't know, video that day or something. I don't know. But it's like, it's gotta be, you have to be comfortable with your own vulnerability. And this Chiron in Aries is healing wounds related to maybe when we took a risk before and it failed, and it damages your confidence. Like, oh, no, now I can't trust myself. That's not what that means. Or where you were brave in the past or put yourself out there in the past and it didn't work out. Don't invalidate any of those experiences. You never want to invalidate anything, because it all can take a moment. And this is what I felt when 𝚑𝚊𝚗𝚎𝚢 passed, was I felt such an appreciation for how far I've come. Take a moment right now to just appreciate yourself for how far you've come, because you did not come this far to give up now. You did not. You know your life. You did not come this far to give up on yourself now. Believe in yourself. Believe in your happiness. That's what you need on Wednesday. You need to be brave and believe that sticking to your standards, for some of you, sticking to truth, love, integrity, something is the right thing. Sticking to your heart, trusting your heart. Your guidance is correct. Your timing is perfect. So Wednesday could be a little bit shaky, but just hold firm. Just hold it down. It's lining up. Guys, on our side of the spiritual split, the people that are smart enough to work together are working together. And people falling for the distractions are falling for the distractions. And they're in conflict. It's part of the lifestyle thing for our club that there's no drama and there's no conflict. We stay focused on truth, on love, on integrity. And all it takes is focus and boundaries. Thursday, the 31st of July, I'm calling it satisfaction finally. Listen, some people are going to have a really fucked up Thursday, and it might even be necessary to get to where you're really trying to go. There's the 𝚃𝚎𝚎 happening on Thursday. This is like the truth shall set you free. And again, this week, it's like if this is like a hard day for you on Thursday, this is the last time it's going to hurt like this. It's the last time you're going to have to give this bad news. It's the last time we're going to have to even like take on some kind of harsh, it's like the last time. For some people, this is like a diagnosis. This was the problem, or this is the problem. This is the problem right here. This is the fix. This is how we fix it. This is the solution. This is the diagnosis and the solution and this and that. And it's like, this is what it was. This was the issue and we got to fix it. But it could be like an unearthing. It's like you overturn the rock which when I was a kid, I looked for like the biggest rocks that looked like they were there the longest because they would have like the juiciest bugs underneath. So it's like that's 𝚃𝚑𝚗𝚕𝚎 day. It's always a revelation. That's probably going to be a really big news day for us little humans on planet Earth. It's probably going to be a big news day. And for some of you, there's something, be careful of what you're hooking your emotions into. You need to hook your emotions into the heart, into the core. And that's why you need to stay in alignment so that you act from that space. Thursday's about actually getting off the one track and getting on the other track. Like moving the train, like, car wash. You know, when you go into the car wash, you have to like line up your tires so that the track grips your car, and then you put it in, and then it's in neutral, and you just like ride through the car wash. That's what it is. That's what this whole week is. And then for some of you, Thursday specifically is like taking your car off of a track and putting it onto a whole new little groove. There could be some new people that are really representative of that too. However, for some of you, these new people, this is like, okay, it depends on your perspective. This, for some of you, this is going to be like you're a kid and you're going to your dad's picking you up for the weekend, and you didn't even know he was dating a woman, and he brings you into his house, and not only is there like a woman there, but she just put her shit everywhere, and she's moved in and all her shit's everywhere and nothing's the same, and all of a sudden there's like a whole new reality you're walking into, and you're like, well, who the fuck is, and you're like, triggered and traumatized and all these whatevers. But for some of you, you are the one introducing people. For some of you, you are the one bringing some new element to your home life, your work life, your friends, dating. Like, you are the one introducing a realer you. And other people could feel threatened. Other people could feel intimidated by your realness and your honesty. Whether it's, I don't want to do this anymore, I quit, or I actually want to do this over here, or I want to go talk to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is. And like I said, there could be like a little bit of both, of these elements in here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Thursday, I'm calling it satisfaction finally, because I'm just being optimistic here and erring on the side of like happiness, because it's a Mercury Sun 𝚃𝚎𝚗 in Leo. Like, that's the heart. Like, you really should be just listening to your heart. Let your heart lead the way. If you align with truth, love, integrity, you just don't have regrets. So let the dross burn off this week. And that's what this, every month when the sun meets with the moon, there's that burning off of the crust. There's a whole new cycle starting. And so other planets do it too. We'll meet with the sun, and the sun, with its brilliant light of fire, will burn off everything that is superficial, everything that is a facade, everything that is not really it. And we have free will here, so you have to choose it. And that's what makes it meaningful, is that it's your choice. I choose to tell the truth. I choose to take this new path. I choose to make this person my friend. And then the other people can respond. They could say, wow, I didn't even know my father was dating anybody, but hey, maybe this woman will bring the family closer together, and maybe she'll be so loving and supportive of, maybe it's another person that could hold love for me and support me. You can look at it like that. Or you can look at it like evil stepmother and I'm Cinderella, but give it you can give it a chance, see how that plays out. And for some of you, it's already been that, like you've already gotten the waves of the new. There's already been new people introduced over the past couple of months. And you've seen that behavior. You've seen she's been acting like an evil stepmother. She's been undermining me and she's been trying to sabotage my success. And she's been jealous of me spending time with my own father. And it feels horrible. I shouldn't have given her a chance, or I learned something, even though I did give her a chance. And for some of you, it's like, oh my gosh, she's great. She is bringing the family closer together. She has my best interest at heart. She supports me. She wants to love me. She's great for my dad. She's wonderful. She, you know what I mean? She's an asset. She's not rooting against my happiness. She's not trying to stab. She's rooting for me. She's supporting me. She's solid. So if you've already been introduced to the new people, you pretty much have a lot of data by the time you get into this week. Some of you, if there's new people introduced Thursday, there's like a harshness to that. Like I'm saying, like there's like maybe something shocking or revelatory. Like some people are going to be very satisfied Thursday, and it might be a little bit bittersweet. Maybe you have to let something go to I don't know. Let's keep going. Friday, August the 1st, I'm calling it remember why you're doing it, because people could be sort of like hungover from Thursday a little bit. There's a quarter moon on Friday in Scorpio. So once the moon enters Scorpio, the colors of the world turn black and white, and people are feeling some very strong feelings. The detachment, that like emotional detachment with the moon in Libra and making those judgments and making those correct judgment calls, that's kind of over. And people are just now feeling the results of that, feeling the results of that. But so Friday, just remember why you're doing what you're doing. Push through. This is a quarter moon when something unconscious or something you didn't know was happening, or you didn't know how someone really felt, or someone's responses, or what someone is like you thought something was happening and it happens, and then you get some feedback and someone's talking shit and you're like, hey, I thought we agreed to this. How are you now talking shit after the fact? I thought we were on the same page. Oh, you actually are bitter? You actually have this whole thing, like, you know what I'm saying? So Friday could be like, push through, keep going. They will understand later. If you're acting from truth, love, and integrity, you cannot worry about anyone else understanding you. They don't even have any kind of alignment. Why do you care? They'll understand later. Friday could be just a little bit, Venus is going to be hitting those squares and the quincunx. It's like, remember why you're doing it, because there may be some dramatic communication. Something gets pushed to the surface. People are maybe confused. They thought something was one way and it's not. Some people are going to be feeling very empowered on the new track. Some people are already on the new track, feeling empowered on the new track, focusing on the new track, making the adjustments on the new track. Some people are still going to be dealing with some kind of like fallout or something. And the month of August has that. The month of August has this like with the full moon and then Mercury stationing direct, and like even with some of these little things, it's almost like there's a result and then a reaction, or a reaction and then fallout from that reaction. Like it's got this like boom, 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 boom throughout the month of August. So if you're a leader or you want to be an energy master, on Patreon, we lead through aligned action of truth, love, integrity. Just saying. So I feel like on Friday, you need to remember why you're doing it, because you may be explaining or talking or telling people like why you did something or didn't do something, or why you made this choice and not that choice, or People could be feeling really raw. People could be demanding answers or explanations. They may or may not be entitled to them. I don't know. That's gonna be up to you. But just push through. Like with that Scorpio moon, it's we want it real. So just be real. That's all. You don't have to explain anything to anybody. Let people take care of their own feelings. And some of you will be, like, especially if you are in the position of leadership, you may be explaining, especially in relationships, why not this track? Why not this person? Why not this circumstance? So that's why I'm saying I'm guiding you. Like, remember why you're doing what you're doing. Don't lose the plot. Saturday, I'm calling on the 2nd of August. Healing is happening. Mars is quincunxing that Chiron in Aries. It's like we're finalizing things by taking action. That's healing. So Saturday could be more diagnostic or aligning when your feelings are in alignment with the actions that you're taking and you're in flow, you are congruent. That is when accomplishment happens. That is when you bring that area of your life into alignment successfully. But they have to match. The feelings, the thoughts, the actions, they all have to be congruent. So for some of you, if it was a hard week of doing that, of like, damn, I got to do this, and I have to say this, and I have to tell people this, and I have to bring something into alignment, it's like, fuck, like I got to do it. And then you do it, and then you feel better, and it was hard, but you really will be satisfied with yourself by Saturday because you know your heart. That was good for your heart or your family or whatever happens to be. So the healing is happening, and you'll feel better by finalizing something through that action. And the action there's something healing about taking that action. It's like, for some of you, it's a new healing. For some of you, there's like a new positive reinforcement that you're getting this week. That's very, very healing. And you get some of that, or you feel some of that Saturday. Like you'll feel more in alignment. Like I said, it's a new, different track, but it's U-shaped. It fits you. Sunday, the 3rd of August has a completely different vibe from the entire week. Sunday, I'm calling it seeing an uncluttered future. And it's because of the week that you had. It's because you had a week of burning off the dross and exfoliating your life. That brings you all the way to Sunday. It's like on Sunday, the slate is clean. The moon is in Sagittarius all day. That's my James Cameron, larger than life. Anything is possible. Go big or go home. Like it's just this huge, big, it's big. It's big bigness and exciting. So some of you are not going to be able to sleep. There's a lot of even more positive, powerful reinforcement. There's reinforcement for that new track. There's a new source of power. There's a new source of comfort. And it's more aligned with you, with what you're trying to do or where you're trying to go. And it's just getting on that track after having made some recent adjustments this week that you're coming into. But by the time you get to Sunday, you will have already made those adjustments. So you're feeling like you can focus more on imagining or envisioning that future. The moon in Sag will trine both Mercury retrograde in Leo and the sun in Leo. So talk it out. Build out that creative vision, that heart-centered vision. I feel like people are feeling amazing about their future. And there's even, by the end of Sunday, it's like you're checking in or tapping the teacher, guru, guide, professional for more perspective, or they're also part of like that new positive reinforcement that's there. Don't overlook a new source of comfort just because it's different. Because with the moon in Sag, it could definitely be either like a foreigner or someone who has like a different religious background than you, or someone who is just very different, very, very different. but a source of like just interest or support. And Sunday looks like very much like your focus is totally different on Sunday than the rest of the week. By the time you get to Sunday, you're on the new track. You're on the new little car wash little thing, and you're feeling amazing, and you feel like you've got like you're backed up. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you have like a difficult last half of the week, don't freak out because you're going to be feeling amazing by Sunday. Remember why you're doing what you do. Stay in alignment. Take the grounded action. The alignment, the emotion, the truth, love, integrity is what you're hooking into astrally. And you have to ground the circuit of energy through the smart, aligned action. If you like more of me talking like that, you'll love me on Patreon. I love you guys. Take very good care. I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to be coming up with more long form YouTube videos on other, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm always changing up my YouTube. We know the algorithm doesn't know what to do with me, but that's fine. That's fine. So I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Have a great week. Doodles.